Hey, it's Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to this week's Spiritual Medicine Digest. So I'm the founder of the Academy of Light Medicine and the Topican Healing Method. And our topic for this week is the 4R's of miracles. But before I dive into that, would love for you to hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel and perhaps the notification bell. So every time I do a new video, you will be notified. So let's talk about miracles. How many of you would love to experience more miracles in your life? Yeah, I don't know too many people who would say no. And here's the thing, there's actually a formula to miracle making. There's many formulas actually, but we're going to give you one of the simplest ones today. Simple doesn't necessarily mean habitual or easy to do, only because we've conditioned to do other things. But it can be learned and it can be practiced. And when you get pretty consistent at it, wow, you'll see miracles day in and day out. So let me share a couple of miracles with you. So a few weeks back, I came to Canada with my two siblings because my dad almost died. He basically had 3 near-death experiences, one being a couple of days, I think, after I left. So the siblings got together and we said, well, let's see what we can do to really know what's going on and take care of them. And of course, I'm the caregiver, right? It's normal for me to want to do that kind of stuff. But I have felt a little bit hampered in my ability to help out because my expertise has not been desired or wanted or needed or whatever, right? So, but I thought, okay, well, let's see what happens. So I'll come here for 2 weeks, and I'm actually practicing the 4R's, not even having words for those things, but doing that day in and day out and starting to experience miracles. First of all, my dad did not die, right? Second of all, his condition started getting better. Did I do topican healing on it? Yes, I did. But still, the really neat miracles to me is that I found the words to say things, to not get them upset related to my opinion as a holistic medical doctor versus a conventional medical doctor. I was able to connect synchronistically, with their providers, including the pharmacist, and we developed a relationship. The home health nurse, set up the lifeline. I mean, there's so many different things that happened. It was just like, oh, I'm free today. I'll come today to install it. It's like, wow, that's great, right? Because I'm only here for a few more days. And today was amazing. First of all, my dad almost died like a little over, a week ago. And, he was getting blood transfusions and things like that. And, they're not expecting much given how not good he did previously. But when we were there today, miracle number 1 is his oxygen saturation is excellent. And the other miracle was I was able to gently convince him to take the Energy Tools International Oxygen Drops because it was easy and he could put it in his coffee. Number 2 miracle is that his blood count did not drop as precipitously as it did last time I left. And in fact, he didn't even need a transfusion today. And it's a week since last time. So this is like a reversal of what has been happening. Miracle number 3. I've been desiring to connect with his healthcare providers, and particularly the palliative care doctor, because he's so nice apparently, and he's the one most likely going to kind of, agree with me in terms of medications, the number of medications, quality of life, things like that, right? Whereas the specialist may not be into that. And I was thinking, well, I might not be able to see him because, number 1, my dad doesn't have an appointment. Number 2, in the hospital, when you go to special clinic areas, it requires masking. And long story short, I don't mask. So, because I feel it's against my conscience and morals. So, we're at the coffee shop at the hospital. Yes, there's a coffee shop at the hospital, and it's actually not a coffee shop. It's a donut shop. Sorry, I said it wrong. Tim Hortons is a donut shop. But they were just getting coffee. So we're just about to leave, and this young man comes up, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm taking up 3 chairs here. So I'm like, oh, would you like a chair? Sorry, you can take mine. We're taking up 3 chairs here. And he goes, no. I'm their doctor. And my dad looks up, oh, Dr. Yuan, the palliative care doctor, the exact person I wanted to meet, right? So I got to share my concerns. My mom even reminded me of one of my concerns. And it was like this whole orchestra of just things shifting around so that the doctor's like, yes, like he really listened to my concerns. He said, oh, yeah, you can stop that one, that medication. You don't need that. And let's take a look at your blood pressure. Like everything that I desired to happen happened. And the universe is like, okay, she's not going to mask, so we'll just have the doctor come to you, the donut shop. He was also getting a coffee, not a donut. So, yeah, and just, I mean, that is just, there's more I could tell you, but I just wanted to share. It's such great news, right? This happening. So how do you create more miracles in your life? Well, the 4R's. The 4R's. This is like a, tiny version of one of my programs that I'm going to revamp in the future. I'm not going to share the name because then people are going to start looking for it. So, so the 4R's. Number one, the first R is revision. What that means is revising your vision of your future, the life you are having or going to have. And that means really being creative around, well, what do I desire to create? Right? Really have a vision of what it is you are creating. Most people are reacting to outside circumstances, not knowing that their reaction is then recreating what it is they do not desire. But revision means revising your vision, and you can do that every day if you like, of what miracles are going to happen in your life. Now, it may not be exactly that way. It could be even better, and oftentimes it is. So actually having a vision, what does your life look like, feel like, smell like, taste like, sound like in that new reality, that new timeline, if you will, if you did the timeline jump with me, a few weeks ago. And then Revel is the next R. Revel in what? Having pleasure in what? Your new reality. Revel in it. Feel it. Actually be in it. Because your being state actually informs the universe of what to manifest. So revel in the energies of your new reality, your new timeline, as often as you can, even for a minute a day, or 2 minutes at a time, or whatever it is that you are able to do. The more the merrier, that's for sure. So that sets the blueprint in the quantum for you to experience in material reality your ideal scenario of what you like to experience. Now, the third R is very important and maybe the most difficult for people, and that's reperceive. So oftentimes when things happen to us that is not what we expect, that is uncomfortable, or that things that we do not desire to happen, we perceive it as bad. We judge it, we perceive it as bad. This is bad. Oh, bad luck, bad luck. My mom likes to say those words. But reperceiving is all around taking what's happening and really asking, okay, well, how can this be for my highest and greatest good? And the thing is that your mind will give you all the negative scenarios. It's just conditioned to do that. We're conditioned from birth to do that. But you don't have to manifest based on your conditioning. You manifest based on your conscious desires. And this R, reperceiving, is saying, okay, whatever it has happened, even if it's uncomfortable, it's there to serve me. So how could it be there to serve me? And then once you ask that question, the mind will start giving you answers. I'll give you a perfect example. So the other day, a big gust of wind, I opened my car door, my new car door, and went bang right into the next car. And the woman was sitting there doing work on a computer. Oh my goodness. I shouted. I was like, like this, right? The wind just took my door and just slammed it against her car. So I'm looking at this big white scratch going, oh no, right? And I'm so apologetic. And she's like, don't worry about it. You probably have to go. It's fine. And I'm like, no, hang on. I might have really damaged your car. So I'm getting the wipes, and I'm wiping. Thank goodness the scratch comes off. I'm looking at her car. She's looking at her car. And I said, well, come out, please, just look. And she's looking and she's like, I don't really see anything. I think it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really see anything either. I was like, oh, I'm so relieved, right? And then I look at my car after I got home. and it's got a nice little dent in it. My new car that was gifted to me by my soul siblings. So first of all, I said I apologize to my car, Sophia. And I said, I'm so sorry, Sophia. And I thought, well, how can this be for the highest and greatest good, right? Well, you think, well, that's why it's so great about that. You got a dent in your car. Well, first of all, I got to meet a beautiful human being who was less concerned about her stuff, her car, whatever, and was just like more concerned about me, like being on time for whatever I was doing, which was amazing, right? So I got to meet this average person who's just super, super nice and amazing. And then I got to experience, oh my gosh, I didn't damage your car. Thank goodness. So it was like, I mean, if it did, we would have dealt with it, right? And Reperceive that as well. But I didn't have to. So that was awesome. And I knew this was what I call an abundance challenge. Those are things that help me get to the next level of miracles. So these things happen sometimes for us to spur us and inspire us to reperceive it as something for our highest and greatest good. So, who knows what the next thing is, why it's for the highest and greatest good. Perhaps the person that I choose to talk to, maybe the insurance agent, or perhaps the person that fixes the car, maybe they need some help from me. Maybe they know someone who needs some help from me. Like, you never know. One time my car was dented. It was a rental car, and at a convention center. And I called because I forgot what to do. I called my insurance guy, at home on a Sunday, and talked to him. And he said, I've been meaning to call you. My daughter needs some help. And you know what? Had I not called, he probably would have put it off. But because I called, he made an appointment for his daughter, and I did get to help his daughter. You see how that works? So reperceiving is very powerful. The next step, the next R, is respond. So you respond based on the knowing that whatever happens for a reason. That reason is there to serve you, and everything is perfect. You respond from that place. How do we respond then? With gratitude. Of course, with gratitude, right? Easier said than done. I know, for some situations, you're like, I got cancer. Great. How do I get happy about that, right? I know. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. So what happens when we are able to respond, and sometimes you can't respond. You're just like, I just reacted. And you go, there I go, right? And then you just forgive yourself, and you go, okay, how could I have responded, right? So it's a learning thing. And the universe will keep giving you these abundance challenges for you to reperceive and respond. And when you get pretty consistent at it, like every time something so-called bad happens, you go, oh, this is a test. I know it's a test. I'm going to pass this one. Woo-hoo! Right? You get excited about it, and then you respond from that place. And that is definitely the way to experiencing more miracles in your life. So who is going to commit to do the 4R's with me? Put it in the comments below. I'd love for your feedback. Let's do a little mini Topican healing activation. This is just to remove any resistance energy you may have in actually committing to and or actually experiencing the 4R's in your own way, shape, or form. You do not have to be perfect at it. Imperfect action is perfect. Just take action. All right, ready? So go ahead and if you are, sitting cross-legged, just kind of uncross your legs, kind of get comfy, sit up tall, start rubbing your hands. We're just activating some energy in the body, moving some chi, energy in the body. Okay, relax, close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Focus on the inside of your body where you were just rubbing your hands. Feel the energy, follow the flow wherever it goes. So imagine yourself in your new reality. You're healthy and happy and, great relationships, prosperous. Feel that energy in your body in this moment. I'll speak the Topican healing directive. I now command that all resistance to experiencing miracles in your life and creating miracles in your life, whether it be with the 4R formula or some other way, that all that resistance be deleted, dissolved, and created and shifted permanently with ease, speed, and grace. All timelines and realities where you exist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and just continue feeling that in the body. Just take a breath in and out. Let that settle. Open your eyes if your eyes are closed. Feel free to comment below what was that activation like for you. I know it was very simple, very short, but can be very profound as well. And perhaps you already started feeling a shift as soon as I started talking about the 4R's, because a lot of people, you are shifting really, really quickly these days. By the time I finish the sentence, oftentimes I don't have to do any healing work because the intention is already there. And just by paying attention and having intention, it already shifts. Cool, they're cool. Okay, I have some announcements for you. Number one is on Light Warrior Radio on Monday. I have my friend and colleague, Ann Hessian, going to talk to us about sales for healers. Yes. Well, it's a really touchy subject with healers. And like many of us, she's very, very experienced in as an energy healer. She went through this whole thing where she wasn't making enough money. Couldn't feed her kids at one point, and it really hit her. That this is not okay. That I love to do what I love to do, but I'm not getting clients, right? So she literally went into sales training on purpose to learn how to do it and how to do it well. And now she knows how to do it specifically for the healing profession. So you got to listen to the show. If you are a healer or want to be a healer and want to have your own business, definitely listen to the show Monday at 12 noon. And there's a very special free workshop she is offering. If you're listening to it on Monday, on the, later on in the week, we'll put the link below. Get the freebie from Ann through the link. And in case you do miss the free masterclass that's coming out, basically sales for healers, that's not what it's called, but that's kind of like what I call it, then don't worry, because you can be on her mailing list. She'll share with you, any other offerings that she has. But I think it's super, super important for all of us that are shining our light to get the right match, to get the right clients. And it doesn't have to be hard. Some of the tips that she gave me on the podcast, I was like, wow, that was great. That was so simple. And I think you're really going to love it. So, other things I want to remind you of. Number one, our Light Warrior Training Camp in July 14th and 19th. The super early bird is ending very, very soon. So, if you have not booked in, please do. Would love to see you and train with you and have fun with you in person. This is just once a year. It's our premier event of the year, if you will, at the beautiful Lake Claire Lodge. There's the Sacred Lake Vortex. I'm going to post a link below this of one of our participants, Christine Baker, talking about her experience at the Light Warrior Training Camp last year. Okay, so next we have a special event as well on Friday, March 22nd at 12 noon with my dear air sister, Rebecca Chandler. She is embodying the air element. I'm embodying the water element. We're going to be talking about the air element and how this has to do with the throat chakra opening up, speaking your truth, not hiding, being truly seen and heard, which is very triggering for sensitive souls. So we're going to have a casual conversation of what it's like to embody the air element and how we do this incredible sacred living workshop together and how it works. So I hope you can join us live at 12 noon Eastern. And remember, we have changed to daylight savings in North America. So check worldtimebuddy.com if you want to check what it is in your time zone. And in case you missed the phototherapy workshop that was called the wood element. We're talking about the liver and gallbladder meridians and the different kinds of symptoms that people can have if the liver and gallbladder meridians are out of balance. If you miss that and you want to see that, that is housed in the light medicine community in the holistic health roadmap, a specific gated space. It's free to watch it, but it's in the light medicine community. We can't have this on public. So the replay is only there. Okay, so you can, if you want to, get a free membership to the Light Medicine community and just join that space, the Holistic Health Roadmap, which is one of our mini courses, and see all of our archived trainings there. And let's see, did I miss anything? I'm just looking at my notes here. Training camp. Oh, I think I'm good. So, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to post in the comments, what was your experience today? Did you resonate with the 4R's? How have you been practicing them already? Maybe not having those words or labels. Have you been practicing? What miracles have you created and experienced in your life lately? I would love to know. So post them in the comments. And remember to hit like if you like this video. Feel free to share and hit the subscribe button. So we have more really, really great stuff coming for you. So until next time, Lots of love and goodbye for now.